Well, right now, they're about to auction Dame Dash's 1/3 stake of Reasonable Doubt. Dame Dash had basically lost a lawsuit and he couldn't pay up. So they're basically liquidating his assets. And this is one of his big assets. So as they're gearing up for this auction, Jay-Z announces that whoever buys it will only get it for 5 years.
Yeah, I seen that. So basically,
Right.
messing with messing with how much it's worth, how much Dame could get for it.
Well, I mean, is he really messing with it, or is he kind of letting everyone know?
There was no need to let him know. I mean, let him know for what? To mess with how much you gonna get for it. If you know you're getting it back in 5 years, what's the use of saying it?
Well, right, because I think Dame accused Jay of trying to undercut people, but I don't think Jay's going to buy it. What's the point of buying it if you're going to get it back in 5 years anyways?
Yeah, I'm saying, but he said it so it could hurt Dame Dash from getting money.
Well, the two of them haven't really gotten along very well.
Yeah, but I'm saying, my thing is this, that's why I said money don't equal happiness. Because if I got $1 billion, I'd be so happy that I don't think I would even want to care about doing that stuff like that. You know what I mean, for what? My thing is, I don't want to see my friend's demise. I don't want to see nobody that, even if we don't get along, I don't want to see a demise. I want to see you get as much as you can get.
Right, but what if it's not your friend anymore?
It don't matter. I mean, I'm not a hater like that. I mean, like, my thing is, you still got kids. You still got family. I mean, you hate everybody that he's got to take care of. I mean, my thing is, so like, I mean, that's why I said, like, money don't equal happiness. People that say, when you're happy, you don't really care about stuff like that. You be so busy somewhere else on the boat, somewhere, like, you're not thinking about trying to stop him from getting a couple $1 million, whatever, I got to build, like, I mean, so.
Yeah, I'll tell you though, man, in my experience, the richest people are the most petty. That's what I found. You would think otherwise. They're the most petty. They're usually the most insecure. They get the most angry. You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense. And I catch myself doing the shit sometimes myself also. And I got to remind myself that, like, yo, like, this is ridiculous behavior, but it still happens.
But at least you can keep it real with yourself, though, and say that.
Yeah.
Everybody can't do that. Like, for instance, Joe Budden was on his podcast, right? And he said, I said something about Jay-Z taking a stand on beans and not saying he won't be responsible for him. And Joe Budden was talking about it on his podcast and said Jay-Z called him and said that I was capping. Like I was lying or something. I'm like, what? A billionaire said I was lying when he know I'm not lying? Like, who cares what I say? You Jay-Z. Like, I mean, you ain't supposed to, I mean, but I know Jay-Z watch everything. I mean, but my thing is this. I don't care who the fuck you is. Like, to me, all men is the same. I know you got money or whatever. If you're a sucker, you do sucker shit, you're a sucker to me, period. But these days, everybody dicky and everybody get a different standard. So if you got money, you get held by a different standard. I don't care about it because that's why I don't underneath nobody's thumb. So I don't work for you, so I don't got to do what you want me to do. I say the truth, how I really feel. Because my thing is this, if I did certain things that by somebody else did, if they had money, they'd hold me accountable for it, but this person, they won't. I mean, that's how society is. I mean, so like people that got money walk around doing anything they want because nobody's going to say nothing to them about it. I mean, and if they do say something about them, they're hating. They're going to get caught. I mean, so like.
Well, look, like I've had my dealings with Dame Dash. You know, we both publicly talked about it. We don't get along. I really wanted to fuck with Dame Dash. Dame Dash was one of my heroes when I was just a hip hop fan before I was DJ Vlad. Like, you saw him on TV and he's part of this whole Rockefeller thing. But once we started to do some interviews with each other, I interviewed him, he interviewed me, and we started hanging out a little bit. I just didn't really like being around him. He would be really kind of insulting when he's around you. He would kind of put you down and kind of like sneak diss you and say certain things. And then, you would try to set him up with a deal. Then he'd end up publicly bashing the person you set him up with. And at one point I just said, I'm cool. I don't need to work with someone I don't really want to work with. And I think that from my point of view, from the outside looking in, it appeared that Dame was an integral part of making Rockefeller. No one's going to deny that on any level. But he also became a liability after a while. Like, like the whole Steve Stout slapping incident. You know about that, right?
Yeah, I heard about it, yeah.
I've talked to people that were there that saw it. Like, for example, because the story is behind that was that Dame didn't like anyone working with Jay unless he was involved in it. And Steve Stout hooked up Jay with that sneaker deal. Dame found out about it, walked into Steve Stout's office and slapped him right in the middle of the office in front of everybody.
He ain't do nothing.
You can't do this in the corporate world. This is a Def Jam Universal Offices. You see what I'm saying?
But see, when it comes to Dame Dash, I'm biased. Like, and I know I'm biased. It's like because I know him and I love him. So like I'm. It's like you have your little brother. Your little brother might do some shit. You're like, that's my little brother though. Like you know what I'm saying. So like I mean, like, but what I know of him, like I just know he do what he say, and he care about people. You know what I mean, but of course everybody got their own version of how they see him. I mean, but like with me, I just like, I ride or die with him. Like, that's my guy. Because he was there for me. We talk about certain things that's personal. But look at that Kevin Hart. It won't be a lot of people that he put on like became super big that Hov wouldn't have put these people on.
Yeah, I mean, at all. Kanye, you could say that he revived Cameron's career when Cameron was sort of, in limbo a little bit.
The guy who did Empire, the boy who did the movie Precious, Dame's a hustler. I think Dame misunderstood.
Dame wasn't involved in Precious, was he?
No, the director who made Precious.
Oh, yeah, the director.
Who did Empire, you know what I mean? Remember he had the movie called The Woodsman, I think it was called The Woodsman, I think, or something like that, or whatever.
Yeah. You're talking about Lee Daniels.
Yeah, him, I mean.
No, listen, I don't think no one's doubting Dame's contribution. Like, no one's trying to write him out of history.
I'm saying, but people always pick sides. If you're with Jay-Z, you got to be against Dame Dash.
I'm not with Jay-Z. I don't know Jay-Z at all.
Like society, like going in.
No, but what I'm saying is you got people like me who have nothing to do with Jay-Z, who have no loyalty to Jay-Z whatsoever. I met Jay-Z briefly once or twice. I try to be cool with Dame Dash. I try to do business with Dame Dash. I'm still down to do business with Dame Dash because for me, it's like whatever. If we just, like you said, internet shit back and forth, who cares? It's not the real world.
When the last time you talked to him was a long time ago? Like was it like years?
The last time me and him got on the phone, or no, it wasn't even on the phone. We texted, but the last time we talked in person was probably maybe about 8 years ago, something like that, 8, 9 years ago. It's been a while.
It's probably different Dame right now.
It's been a while, but we've publicly talked shit about each other lots of times since then.
But I think like as far as the industry go, people can get over that. I think I would.
I think so too, man. I think so too.